in the A as we welcome you to our coverage of the Pro Volleyball Federation Gas South Arena, the stage this afternoon for the third meeting of the season between the 7-8 Atlanta Vibe and the 8-6 Indy Ignite. And we are ready to go. Andy Demetric, Keely Evelyn, great to have you with us. And Keely, last year, Leah Edmond and Lecator member Mena were teammates here in Atlanta on the most potent offense in the Pro Volleyball Federation. They have moved to opposite sides of the net this year, but both continue to set the pace in the PVF.
Andy, we're in for a treat today. These are two of the best outside hitters in the PVF. Edmond, second in kills this season, and then member Mena, second in kills per set. You know, Indy wanted those kills back. Member Mena's back healthy, so today could be a whole different game for them.
Yeah, she missed both of those previous meetings with Atlanta due to injury, so she could certainly be a difference maker today.
It's pretty impressive what she's been able to do, both from the back row and the front row. Member Mena putting up 13 kills in 8 days against the Thrill a couple nights ago. The dominance, the cannon of an arm, and Setter Hilly does an excellent job finding the pace and speed with member Mena.
She helped deliver a road win in 4 sets against Vegas earlier this week. Atlanta coming off a 5-set win over Vegas on Friday in a match that featured a new season high in kills from the MVP.
Leah Edmond put her team on her back in the win against Thrill. 25 kills. Edmond can play. She's playing the best volleyball that she's played all season long. But to beat a hot Indy team, it's going to take a team offensive performance. You got to come in, play strong.
Both of these matches were competitive last month. Both teams won on their home court. We are all set for first serve here from Gas South Arena. It's Atlanta and Indy, and our coverage continues after this. Were forced into a fifth, but they won 15-13 to move to 7-8. Indy snapped a 5-match road losing streak against Vegas earlier this week. They won that in 4 sets.
Well, you'll see today a lot of risk-taking on the service line. You see De Beer trying to rip that. You'll have to do that against either team because they're strong passers.
Bacchini on the serve for the Vibe. Quick through the middle, man, pounded down by Lydia Martin, the rookie from Anderson, South Carolina and Oklahoma.
Very smart choice by Setter Hilly to establish the middle on a good pass. Go ahead. You give one-on-one. Nice look on that swing.
As we've said, third meeting of the season between these clubs. Both teams won on their home court. Atlanta in 5 at Gas South Arena on February 16th. 4 days later, the Indy 1-4. At the Fishers Event Center, and the first swing is a clinical one from Leah Edmond. Tied a season high with 25 kills in that 5-setter versus the Thrill Master 25 that she had in the win over Indy. On the service here, gives it back to the Ignite.
You know, early in the match, you have service errors because both of these teams trying to go really low at that net tape height.
Here's a Zani Teeler, former teammate with Leah Edmond at Kentucky, second-year pro, as that is turned back. The block from the pin by Hilly.
Nice to be a 6-foot setter, holding her on the block. We saw this a lot in Wisconsin, trying to go around Hilly. Not so much. This one getting it to drop.
Hilly had 5 blocks in that win over the Thrill, and the ace was the Ignite, ahead by 3.
You saw Teeler doing a little fist pump. She was going for that exact spot. Edmond is an front row outside hitter. She was trying to work the seam between Edmond and Timmer.
The Vibe serve receive is sharp. The other night versus Vegas only allowed 1 ace. A sharp cross by Corey Lewis. The slide kill by the rookie and the PVF All-Star from Florida State.
Anything close to the net, when you have Lewis in the front row, you're going to her, leading the PVF in a hitting efficiency.
Well, she's been one of the revelations among this rookie class of the PVF, as that one misses wide as Indy tries to work line, and a point to the Vibe.
Andy, did you see how fast that ball went down? Sure, Lecator member Mena missed it wide, but that's the power she has in her arm.
Lecator member Mena had a wonderful welcome back to Atlanta when she was announced in the starting lineup. The up by Hens from the back. And does that clip hands? It does. Timmer off the top of the block for the Atlanta point. But let's get back to member Mena, because when you think about Leah Edmond and Ana Lasareva and just how dynamic that Atlanta offense was, member Mena, boy, she could take flight and quickly became a fan favorite in that Atlanta lineup last year. And having missed the first matchup here due to that ankle injury, you know she's fired up to be back in the A.
And she's already producing offense right here, doing a little change-up off the hands of Lewis. Member Mena, such a strong power player, but smart enough to get it to drop.
Team high 15 points in the win over Vegas. Nice up by Scott. Monserrat to Edmond, but she swings long. Took a rip from the back row. But the hitting error by Edmond makes it 7-5 Indy.
What saved the play was the one-arm save by Elena Scott for Ignite.
And the serve straight long by member Mena, side out to the Vibe. This Indy team, as we reach the midway point of the regular season, Keely still leading the Pro Volleyball Federation to 381 kill percentage. And this is with some relatively undersized outside hitters. And talking with George Pageant this week, he said they're working to reestablish their tempo, being quick to the pins. They know they need to do that and catch some hands against that Atlanta block. Teeler takes a rip and gets it down. Had a lot of court to work with. Azani Teeler puts it away.
This is the speed you're talking about. So even reversing it back to Teeler, out of right back to get that attack. You have setter Hilly, loves to go fast. She's got multiple hitters that can run the type of game Hilly can play.
A back set and pushed down the line. Nicely done by McKenna Vicini. A little out in front off that back set. Well, the second-year pro from Stanford able to get the side out.
You see the strategy. Anything close to that, setter Monterey trying to work the slide. That's a little drop shot deception on the middle plane left back.
Taylor over the block, the up by hand, but it was an overpass and chopped down by Martin.
What I love about Taylor is that her ability to play multiple positions. We saw her team win the national championship at Kentucky when she was a middle, and she was a fan favorite across the board, being 5'9" and just holding her own. You're seeing her take the back row, stepping in on the block, just complete game.
Oh, the Vibe able to snatch a point off the block. Thea Timmer found a soft spot at the 3-meter line. Yeah, Azani Teeler and even Caleb Banworth said this week, in 2 matches, we have yet to find a solution for Azani Teeler. Nice dip on that serve by Timmer. And the point to the Ignite, 11-8.
This is what makes Sydney Hilly so hard to read. She's able to force her middle, being about 8 to 10 feet off the net, no problem. Middles expect it, setter's here for it.
And sends DeBeer to the service line. So great to see Anna DeBeer back and getting healthy. Made her Pro Volleyball Federation debut against the Vibe February 20th in Fishers. A rookie from Louisville. Rear shank pass off the serve received by Hans. We'll see what Edmond can do with it. And roll shot well read by Scott. Taylor trying to go cross court. Scott has options. Pops it high. And off the top of the block for the Indy point from Taylor.
Andy, you mentioned it. Taylor in the first time this season had 15 kills against Atlanta. The second matchup, 16 kills, hitting 53 kill percentage. Racking up the kills today in the first set is Taylor.
And helping the Ignite to a 4-point set one lead. And a little tapped out. Merritt Beeson swung with force on the first swing. Couldn't get that to go down.
One thing Atlanta needs is the pin-to-pin offense. So opening the court, getting the right side involved with Beeson will be key.
Merritt Beeson, #1 pick in the Pro Volleyball Federation draft. Monterey able to run underneath that. Now here's Edmond. Edmond soft over the block. Hilly is there. Member Mena with the deep cross. That is a heavy hand by Lecator Member Mena.
Andy, this is about to get fun. You said Member Mena worked the line shot. Now taking this to the deep corner. Find an open court. The power precision. Member Mena is a baller.
And with that, she has reached 200 points on the season, 6th in the PVF in that category. Lewis slams it down.
Okay, Center Monterey going toward that 3-meter line, forcing Corey Lewis off the net. That's deception and trust. Middle's gonna be there. Lewis says, I'm here for it.
Yeah, that is a wrap. And you have a set like that for Corey Lewis, the rookie from Florida State. We'll make it 10, serving 13. It is amazing the praise that Caleb Banworth has had for Corey Lewis, as you see the rookie from Southern Cal, Mia Tuaninga, coming into the service line. Had 14 assists, 6 digs in the win over the Thrill. Taylor denied by Edmond.
Great job, Leah Edmond, stepping in. Just first in the league in points per set. Edmond shows her power and represents on that block.
She and Lewis had that smothered. Tuaninga into the net.
What you see in the offense with Atlanta Vibe right now, switching in Dixon and Tuaninga, going to a 6-2 offense, 2 setters. Monterey stepped out. Dixon comes in as the right side.
Tuaninga with the wrist set. Nice cover by Taylor. Edmond cuts it loose and gets it down.
That was a teammate back-to-back. Member Mena worked the deep corner shot on Vibe side, and Edmond's like, I can do it too, putting it to that deep corner.
And Caleb Banworth said that Leah Edmond, and bear in mind, folks, she was the MVP last year, but Caleb said that she is becoming a more complete player, and she is expanding her range. She's not someone who can simply bully the ball anymore. She's starting to realize that now. They already have an MVP caliber player in the Vibe, but with a deeper toolkit of shots to make her even more prolific offensively.
Oh yeah, well where's the proof? Where's the proof? Challenges are presented by...
I believe we have a challenge here with the score of 14-13 Indy.
Testing to see if the Crawford slide attack behind the setter went off the hands of the block or if she hit it long.
There was nothing there.
Point, Atlanta.
So Atlanta gets the point. Will level us up. Edmond second in the Pro Volleyball Federation in aces, 29 and counting. Targeting her former teammate Member Mena. She'll take it on the give and go. Got it blocked off the scramble. The point to the Ignite.
That's a GTG. Got to go on that scramble. And Dixon stepped in with a major block. Good cover scramble by Ignite. Watch that step in on that seam. Scramble, you got to keep that sucker alive. Dixon held her own at that net.
Tuaninga, the reversal, but the block. Pin was smothered by Cece Crawford, the rookie from Wisconsin. And Indy has to our first timeout on top 16-14. Everybody's lively as we expected here in Atlanta. Midway through the first set in Atlanta. And it's the Ignite on top 16-14. This is the third road match in the last week for Indy. And Keely, what about your keys to a successful continuation of the road swing for the Ignite?
You see Ignite taking those service risks already. You know, a couple missed serves are bound to happen. And then setting speed. You got to go speed. And you see Lekator, Memberman on the outside. Hillary's just forcing that tempo, forcing the middles, doing a great job starting off. For Atlanta Vibe, you got to have a balanced pin attack and back row usage. So we saw Beeson on the right side getting active already. And I love the 6-2 option with 2 setters in, 6 strong blocking presence as long as in addition to the attack. And then block touches to transition kills. You're not going to beat an Indy team with seams. You got to get touches to transition out.
Lewis on the service line for the Vibe. A back row rip by Member Mena, but has that denied, or was there a net violation? Now it will be an Atlanta point. Awkward landing there by Member Mena.
Member Mena hit so hard, I think the ball came down under her.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So I'm glad there was no ankle. We love watching you play.
After that ankle injury cost Member Mena 3 matches, including both versus the Vibe. As that corkscrews on the line, and we're tied at 17. The block by Anna Dixon, the former Florida Gator.
Dixon does so much for this Vibe team. I'm loving the option to keep her in the front row.
And she's found her niche as that change of pace outside hitter. A great hustle there by Dixon, sliding under the net. But can't keep that up, and the Ignite retake the lead.
You can go under the net. The goal is just to play the ball back outside the antenna, and then third contact has to be inside the antenna. Right idea, but I love Indy attacking Corey Lewis and left back playing defense.
And Coach George Pageant told us we have to set the serve tougher than last time. And they fell in 5 sets to the Vibe. But a service error there, trying to go soft.
You're having a lot of service errors right now. That's the 4th one for Ignite. But this is the risk taking you have to do. You cannot risk Atlanta to stay in system, which means the setter's at the net running that offense.
As you see Monserrat back in for Tuaninga. Marty Monserrat set her career high in assists versus the Ignite in that 5-setter on February the 16th. 60 assists. And coming off back-to-back double-doubles, just enjoying the vibes before she hears the whistle. Over the block and long. I think DeBeer was trying to find hands, but nothing there.
The right idea. That was a perfect dime pass by Member Mena. DeBeer trying to work the hands of Dixon up the line. I think if you get it again, why not set that same ball?
And the Vibe take the lead, 19-18. Once again, serving to Member Mena, dumped over on 2, the up by Timmer. Member Mena dishes to DeBeer. That's parried at the net. Timmer trying to work line. Taylor takes a rip. Great layout by Edmond. She can do it all. Great dig by Teeler again. Playing some defense. One more dig for Teeler. Keeping it alive. Member Meta has that block. Another hustle play by Teeler. What a rally here in a 1-point first set. Off the redirect. Scott. And the swing long from DeBeer. What a rally, but it's the home five who captured the point.
Scrambles on both sides. Teeler picking it up for Indy. You have the layout middle back from Edmond. A challenge will be coming right now, asking for hands off the last swing from DeBeer, but I'm loving the defense. That's the best rally of the match so far.
Well, just the individual defense by Teeler there. Come up with some of those lunging digs, but was there a block touch there on that last swing from DeBeer?
You see the idea is there. That's her second swing trying to go into the hands of Dixon. I'm liking putting Dixon as a taller blocker in front of these amazing outside hitters, just causing DeBeer having to change her shot. Knowing her shot, she likes to go precise, sharp, and around the block.
The call does stand, point to the Vibe.
I got some bad news, Andy, for Indy fans. You only get 2 challenges per set, and Coach Padgett using both and losing them.
Yeah, just barely missed the fingernail of Beeson. And the Vibe have opened up the 2018 lead. Oh, great in-rhythm set, in-rhythm swing. Teeler gets the side out.
You have Sydney Hilly reaching with her tippy tops of her fingertips to redirect this ball right back for Teeler to show up, hit the seam between 2 defenders.
Yeah, that was really close to a joust with Vicini. Beeson tries to step into it. And the block through the middle by Vicini.
Nice job, Dixon, coming all the way over to help middle blocker Vicini over this to get that closed block.
I said Vicini, it was Merritt Beeson, the rookie.
Oh, hey. We're sitting in the nosebleeds, hey.
21-19 Vibe. Oh, crushed through the middle by Martin.
If you're a young setter, you want to watch the game of Hilly. So that previous ball got blocked. What does Hilly do? Go right back to the middle attack, getting it down, showing confidence in her offense.
Lydia Martin, the rookie from Oklahoma, began her collegiate career at Liberty, 3rd in the PVF in kill percentage at .460. And that is hatcheted through the block by Vicini. That was a snug set, but Vicini able to make it work.
As a back row setter, you have Monterey reaching up. She's not an offensive threat because she's coming from the back row. Vicini showing up, getting it over that block.
How about the hand control, though, by Monterey? And Marley Monterey, I wouldn't say it's been a roller coaster season for the second team all-league setter last year, but early on, she had her starting center spot displaced by Mia Tuaninga. But Monterey, even Caleb Banworth says she's the emotional leader of this team, and she wants to put the team on her back. Plays with a lot of grit, a lot of selflessness, and credit to her being a professional, losing her spot in the starting lineup, in the starting rotation to Tuaninga, but never checking out and making her presence felt as the Vibe inch closer to a set 1 win on the side out from Beeson.
Just strong character right there. You have the reverse at Monterey, so stellar, and Beeson hits better with numbers-wise off of Monterey, reversing that back, go inside that block.
As the timeout is called by the Ignite, 23-21. Vibe looking to come from behind and take the first set. Caleb Banworth studying the numbers. Vibe head coach trying to earn a second win of the season over the Ignite in a matchup of the top and third-ranked teams in the league in kill percentage. 23-21 Vibe here late in the first as Beeson puts it in. Member Mena coming in hot. Great dig by Edmond, but she gets the swing blocked.
Great job getting the setup with Teeler, and then coming all the way over to clamp on that press is Crawford. Watch the read. Eyes drop on the hitter, Edmond. Getting it down is Crawford.
Taylor, great dig, but member Mena runs out of room. That was Leah Edmond, the MVP, coming in hot down the line.
First time Edmond had a good line look. She's showing cross court with her body, holding it strong and then turning it last second with so much power against Teeler.
Crowd on its feet, set point, Edmond to serve. The dish to Teeler, and unable to be tamed by Hens.
Teeler can do so much, you know, from her college game, running middle. I remember it well because she became a fan favorite of everyone undersized, running that middle spot. Teeler's back row game impressive, and the trust with Hilly is just there.
Fourth kill of the set by Teeler, but the serve is long, and the set belongs to the Vibe. 25-23. The Vibe had to make up a mid-set deficit. But on top, 1-0. We'll flip sides, get ready for the second.
Why should you get tickets to see the Atlanta Vibe?
There's no whining to the refs like a little crybaby.
There's no falling down and acting like you have a life-threatening injury. Everyone knows you're faking, dude.
They're super nice, unless you're on the other team. Then they're gonna kick your
There's no boring 0-0 ties. They score like constantly. Yeah, we're really tight.
Get your tickets today at atlantavibe.com.
Lights, it's up! The Indy Ignite are taking over with nonstop action, athleticism, and an experience you will never forget. Indiana's first ever professional women's volleyball team is lighting up the Fishers Event Center this season. Tickets are on sale now and going fast. Join the fan firestorm in supporting these unbelievable female athletes and creating memories you won't forget. Get your tickets at indyignitebb.com today.
When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gonna end bad. Da 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 da. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. Da 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 da. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. Da 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 da.
Pro Volleyball Federation Season 2. Tickets available now.
From your favorite athletes to your favorite music, listen to everything you love and so much more with the free iHeartRadio app. From live play-by-play to your favorite game day anthems and the biggest sports podcasts in the world, the iHeartRadio app lets you take it all with you.
Vibe captures set one over the Ignite 25-23 as we welcome you back to Gas South Arena. Get a sense of what it looks like courtside. Boy, you got a front row view with some very heavy swings from both sides. But Keela, you thought that it was Caleb Banworth's switch to a 6-2 that kind of changed the complexion of that first set.
Yeah, completely. Putting Dixon in instead of Monterey in the front row for the block, keeping Beeson in as a right side was key. You have two setters that can offensively hang and run a great show, but going to a stronger blocking presence in front of Member Mena and De Beer was the difference maker to finish out that set.
George Patchen told us they needed to tighten up their tempo, going to the pins. Caleb Banworth, meanwhile, said they need to be disciplined with their hands because the Ignite do like to tool blocks a lot. So they have to be very disciplined. Of course, you have to be disciplined defensively when you're facing the league's leader in kill percentage in the Ignite.
And like Caleb Banworth says, there's no answer for Teeler. We still haven't figured it out. She has 5 kills, hitting a 56 kill percentage on the right side for Indy right now. She's going to carry a big load because offensively she's been working.
Ignite, though, committed 5 service errors in that opening set. Quick through the middle, and the first point to Martin for the Ignite.
Nice job. That's a little deja vu. When Hilly got a good pass, the first one went to Martin in the middle right here. Couldn't that cut back in it toward her left?
Second team All-SEC with the Oklahoma Sooners this past fall. He's also 2-time All-Atlantic Sun with Liberty. And the Ignite will have a free ball. Once again through the middle. That's muscled through by Crawford.
That's a little communication between sets 1 and 2. Coach Pageant saying, it forced the middle, set the middle as much as possible. Hilly going back-to-back middle attacks.
The first from Martin. Serves it up, and the second from CeCe Crawford. Crawford had 11 kills in 20 attacks, a .550 hitting percentage here at Gas South Arena last month. Member Mena soft over the block, the layout by Hentz. Once again through the middle, well read by Vicini. And that is swatted long. You got to credit the persistence of Ignite trying to run offense through the middle, but it results in the side out for the Vibe.
Crawford took that swing a little flat, hoping that to catch hands and stay out of bounds. Atlanta happy to get that side out.
Member Mena teeing off. Great defense, though, by Monserrat, her former teammate, and the point to the Vibe.
Oh, that dig.
Edmond.
It was that line dig right there. Monserrat picking it up. Beeson putting a money outside set. Edmond pulling up, going through the seam, getting that to drop.
Yeah, just found the gap in the block. Edmond coming off 25 kills in that 5-set win over the Thrill. The roll shot by Member Mena that time. Well covered. Edmond. The up by Scott. Did he catch hands? No. Point Vibe.
You see the up official, William Stanley, looking at his iPad saying, Bolt 6 called that ball in.
Yeah, sure did. Yeah, no hands, but it did catch line. And the Ignite get the side out.
You see Ignite, the middle attack. Vibe's doing an excellent job on that defensive game.
The back set to Beeson as she works the outside hand for the side out.
Feeling confident. Monterey reversing that lower than we've seen in the past. That's working with each other during practice to drop the tempo to hopefully get a moving block when you arrive on your contact.
Beeson 6 kills, 4 digs in the win over the Thrill. Beeson off the tape. Member Mena make that Teeler able to slide underneath it. Monserrat with the dump on 2. We saw that all last year, Keely. Marley Monserrat can be ruthless on those center dumps.
Monserrat got a tight ball. She showed it a little bit, but the key was redirecting it forward because Crawford had that middle line shot on the tip. Nice job, Monserrat.
Scott ranges underneath it. Good defense from the back by Timmer. And be pushed over by Edmond. The slide. Oh, great dig, but just long. Timmer had that entire back line open for her, but a little too much smoke on the swing from the Ignite, and they get the side out.
Pretty impressive. Elena Scott came from deep left back, came all the way forward, and stuck a pass right for Hilly to get that.
So fun to watch Elena Scott begin her professional career with the Ignite. First team All-American last fall with the Louisville Cardinal as they reached the NCAA championship match before they bowed out to Penn State. Edmond measures it. Goes soft over the block. Teeler pounds it down. Teeler very clinical on those cross-court swings, and she gives the Ignite the lead.
I'm smiling ear to ear right now. Teeler's got the explosiveness, the vision around the block, and the accuracy with her hand contact to get kills for her team.
Fourth in the PVF in points, third in blocks. And Lewis makes something out of very little there.
Andy, imagine you have a high jumper, Lewis, coming at you, and you have a one-on-one block. You're sitting back on your heels expecting for the power shot. Lewis drops in the changeup with the tip, getting it to drop.
He was part of the Vibe delegation to Fishers, Indiana for the Pro Volleyball Federation All-Star match. And still leading the PVF in kill percentage. Slapped up off the net, but a free ball for the Vibe. The Ignite avert the ace, but they cannot avoid Corey Lewis once again.
I'm sure the communication between Coach Banworth and both setters, when whatever's close, get Lewis the ball right there, go in line on the slide.
Ignite's turn to rev up the slide. Caroline Crawford.
So explosive off of 1 foot. Crawford got up, turned her body hard right at Beeson and right back.
She and Devin Robinson were a handful for the Badgers this past fall, both PVF draft picks. Devin, of course, with the mojo. Overpassed a joust. Monserrat keeps it up. This is Timmer working hands for the point.
Andy, that was so impressive. Timmer was stuck inside, transitioned quickly out for that bump set.
And I think this one will come under review at the behest of the Ignite. We'll take another look as the Ignite channels the block touch.
Challenge, well, where's the proof? Where's the proof today? Challenge.
Ignite were 0 for 2 in challenges in that first set. We'll see what this one turns up.
I think, honestly, this is the easiest one to challenge because as a coach, you just look at your blockers, and the blockers know right away if you touched it or not. You can feel it off your hand. So Coach Padgett, using his challenge card, I think this could be reversed automatically because your block knows.
Let me ask Keely, because we talked with Coach Padgett earlier this week, and he talked about the need to reestablish tempo, be quick to the pins. Do you think that tempo is where it needs to be for the Ignite right now?
I think Ignite can do a better job getting the pass and serve receive a little more consistent. You see Hilly running off, and yes, this will be reversed. Blockers know. You know right away if you touched it or not. And Hilly looked at her coach right away and said, no, coach, I didn't touch that.
Honesty is the best policy.
Hey, in practice, the key is you do not give it up until you're asked. And then if you're in practice, if you're asked, you have to be honest.
So the point to the Ignite, 7-6 here in set 2.
Another challenge, well, where's the proof?
Now do we have a challenge from the Vibe side?
I'm thinking, what could it be off that? It was probably earlier in the rally. It was so long ago, I'm only remembering the last point.
Kayla Banworth uses her first challenge of the match. Vibe at 7-8. Ignite 8-6. Vibe 5 points behind Ignite for third place in the Pro Volleyball Federation as we round the turn to the second half of the regular season. We already had an inkling as the season got underway, but just the competitiveness and the parity and the balance throughout the league is going to make for a really fun second half of the regular season.
It is so fun when you watch professionals learn each other, as Indy will keep this point. But you learn the game, and then you get the flow, as you see even Beeson and Monterey dropping the tempo of the set. So all of that comes with a lot of practice, and playing 28 matches, you're bound to get better unity.
Kayla Banworth said her team had a gnarly February, but could be even gnarlier in March. Missing the line, service error, Ignite.
Even though Kayla Banworth did not win the challenge call, having that long delay when Crawford was at the service line, you'll take it as a coach's point with the missed serve.
Well, that is a classic Keely Evelyn coach's point right there. A great one-handed up there. Rally continues. Monserrat had to throw that into the block. Opportunity for the Ignite. Ignite try to recycle off the block on 2. Edmond well positioned. Oh, that swing awkward off the hand of Beeson. She was trying to go with that sharp inside cross, but she sprayed it.
Yeah, Beeson entered a little quicker than expected, but I know fans at home are like, why aren't we seeing the 6-2 right now? Well, in the PVF, you only get 8 subs, so you have to be strategic when you want to use that rotation.
Well, nothing strategic about that. An in-rhythm swing from Pia Timmer. The rookie pounds it down to tie it at 8.
And you notice it was an in-system pass. Massare at the net, given one-on-one opportunity for Timmer to rip down the line.
Pia Timmer, Caleb Bamwer said, has been a really steady, smart attacker for her. 6'2", the native of Germany, played collegiately at Washington State. And that is hammered down the line by DeBeer.
DeBeer does such an excellent job. We saw this across the ACC, calling her matches, looking like she was going cross-court and then sharply pulling it down the line.
Yeah, she can whip that shoulder around, the 4-time All-American Louisville Cardinal. Suffered that really scary ankle injury in the national semifinal, which delayed the start of her PVF career.
I remember DeBeer in 2023 calling her match. It was between her and Julia Bergman from Georgia Tech as Player of the Year. DeBeer went off, really came to her team's defense and offense.
Shank pass, and it leads to the ace.
That's what you need. Timmer's worked her way in the starting lineup. Complete game, showing it from the line attack we saw early on. This one coming up with a big ace.
Timber with a 3rd kill. With 3 kills, I should say, and the ace. On the roll shot by Member Mena. She finds the soft spot.
When you know Member Mena has such a cannon, and this is her former team all last season, throwing a little changeup doesn't hurt, dropping it down between the middle of the court.
She remains one of the most fun players to watch in the Pro Volleyball Federation because she can absolutely scrape the ceiling. And she tries to do it there, but misses the corner. Point to the Vibe.
Morgan Hens, how in the heck did you get that cover ball off of Edmond's swing? Saving that rally, just ready for it. Wow, that was impressive.
I think I have the answer for you. Because she's Morgan Hens.
Yeah, she should just rock a shirt because I'm Morgan Hens.
Yeah. And is in the covenant for Hentsville if you want to take up residency. Member Mena this time finds the corner.
That's the side of the court because both middles have to serve. The libero cannot serve in the PVF. When you see that middle back playing left back, you do anything you can to attack that left back. You saw Member Mena putting it down.
Member Mena, part of Pittsburgh's first ever Final Four team after beginning her career at Missouri. Edmond, what a great up by Scott though. Timmer, Monserrat, Edmond once more. Nice block touch by Crawford. She ranges underneath, it feeds Member Mena, but the block, the up by Hentz. These teams are cutting it loose, but some finesse finishes off the point from Lewis.
You almost felt Monterey was just waiting for anything close, anything tight. Let me get Lewis the ball. Good transition play. Timmer working it. Nice pickup by Scott, but that transition game of Lewis, here we go.
Five up, 12-11. Member Mena on the give and go, gets the side out. And let's talk about that serve receive because we asked George Pageant, what is something about Member Mena that you think goes unheralded? And he said she might be one of the best serve receivers in the league. Showed it there, taming that serve, pops right back up and pounds it for the point, although she puts that serve into the net.
That's when you say, ain't no fan mad at you about that missed serve. That power and your passing game is clear enough. You can play.
Member Mena brought a lot of her family here to Gas South Arena. They're watching from the courtside couches. Slide, Lewis, it trickles along the tape. Kept up by Crawford. Lewis looking for the slide kill. She gets it off the outside edge of the block.
And another one. Get that transition game. Monterey going back to back.
There you see the member Mena cheering section. I knew they had that big head. We saw that last year at Gas South Arena. They came in their Sunday best.
Yes.
Oh, member Mena can't range underneath that. The ace down the line. And it's 15-12 vibe. That is the 30th ace of the season for the reigning MVP, Leah Edmond.
Edmond, second in the league, averaging about half an ace, coming up with one here in the second set right down the line against Mena.
This from someone who only had 12 total aces last season. She is on pace to more than triple that. That is crushed. Anna DeBeer leaving no doubt.
Anna DeBeer likes the better matchup when she's against Monterey as a blocker over Dixon, as we saw in the first set. Given a little seam, nice delivery on that set is Hilly.
Buzzes it right by Merritt Beeson. DeBeer and Beeson, of course, the top two picks in this year's Pro Volleyball Federation draft. 13 serving 15, another slide. Lewis couldn't put much on it. Member Mena got it blocked. Make that Teeler. Either way, point to the vibe.
Nice job, Lewis, coming all the way over to get that press on that block.
Yeah, the vibe had controlled the run of play in the second set. Lewis the block, 16-13 Atlanta.
Hey, attention, young.
Home crowd likes what it sees so far. The vibe up 1-0 and leading the Ignite 16-13 in set number 2. Corey Lewis pacing the vibe cutie. She's got a team high 7 points, 6 kills, and the Pro Volleyball Federation's leader in kill percentage, swinging at a 600 clip so far.
Yeah, dig to that category in stats right there.
The middle attack was smothered and pushed over.
Oh.
Ignite reload, Lewis with another dig. It has been the complete Corey Lewis so far. Trying to lunge out, can't get hands on that one. The Ignite with a hard-earned side out.
Taylor's such a smart player. You saw Lewis picking up the hard shots to finish off that rally. Taylor drops in a tip shot right in front of Lewis. Notice, Andy, all 3 attacks went to the side of Lewis.
Taylor nearly had a double-double in the Ignite's 4-set win over the Vibe last month. 16 kills, 9 digs for the second-year pro from Kentucky. Hard to believe she was a 3rd-round pick, 19th overall last year. And even when she played with Orlando, we thought, boy, was she ever a gem of a late-round pick, and it's Taylor once more.
You know, a lot of time with an undersized player, you want to set that off, but watch how Taylor loves the ball. Little tight, vision around the block, jacking it inside.
And Monterey was well positioned, but just couldn't get the hands up in time off the back set. McKenna Vicini with a quick wrist.
I love that type of set. It's a drift set off the setter, so it's a tight ball, but you drift as a hitter. Nice delivery on that set. Find an open court toward left back.
Monterey serves to member Mena. And the middle attack is there.
Oh, that is so pretty. You come up, you got Hilly reaching that 6-foot setter, setting your 6'3" high extension of an attack right there. Martin putting it down.
And the ace ties us at 17.
There you go. You feel Indy settling in to their service game. De Beer coming up with an incredible ace, tying this up.
And ace in the win over Vegas earlier this week. Throws that into the net. One ace, one error.
These are really good rotations for Vibe. You have Beeson in the front row for 2 more. Teeler still spreading the court on that right side with member Mena, so also good rotations for Indy.
A work out of the middle, Monserrat well covered. This will be tight for Edmond. Oh, Edmond muscles it through and gets the point. There was a bit of a scramble on the Vibe side of the net, but it turned into a relatively in-rhythm swing by Edmond.
Marley Monterey, a one-handed save to keep that alive. Coming from a volleyball family, sister playing at Florida like herself. That was an incredible job, Monterey.
And the kill by Edmond pushed the Vibe up to timeout in the second. Vibe leads 19-17, set number 2 here at Gas South Arena. After the Vibe were able to win set 1, 25-23. They'll serve once again. Pia Timmer with a season high 419 hitting percentage in the win over Vegas, going soft there. Forcing a dive from member Mena. Taylor off hands and down.
When the game's on the line, you have setter Hilly just looking for Teeler. She's been producing the most offense, even on the right side or right back. Nice to get that quick side out.
Holds Kentucky's all-time career record in attack percentage. Teammates for 1 year in Lexington. With the Vibes, Leah Edmond cross court and down by Beeson. Watch out.
Oh no.
As member Mena got clipped on the landing there from Beeson. Point to the Vibe.
Oh, poor
but obviously the concern is for member Mena, certainly after her ankle issues earlier this season.
Not a sound in this arena. Member Mena is a fan favorite from last season here in Atlanta. There's so much love for her in Atlanta.
A lot of concern on the faces of her Ignite teammates. Member Mena missed both matches versus the Vibe earlier this year because of that ankle injury. And just caught some friendly fire there. Trying to block at the pin on Beeson.
You know, in my college days and high school days, I rolled a lot of ankles because if you have higher hang time, your chances are you land on top of the feet of other players. So as I go to play pro volleyball, you have higher jumpers, so I would land first. I never rolled my ankle as a pro. But you have member Mena with so much air time, even if there's any type of touch, she's hanging in the air longer. Beeson arrived to the floor a little sooner, and then you can land on people's feet.
You can see, like a tour member Mena not putting any weight on that lower left leg. We'll take one look at how she got tangled up with Merritt Beeson.
Ooh,
yeah, she landed right on the side of Beeson's foot.
Yeah, having the hang time is a huge advantage in the sport of volleyball, but landing second there's always a risk, and because that hang time, any type of overlap with toes, you're gonna cause that lower body injury.
I absolutely hate that for Member Mena, not only because of what she's meant to the Ignite this year, but knowing how much this return to Atlanta would mean for her. She loved her season with the Vibe, and Vibe fans certainly loved her back.
Now serving for number 12,
The Ignite now have to revive some energy here. Trying to fight back from a 2-point deficit here late in the second. That's a way to start. A tool point by Teeler.
Teeler's such a competitor. She knows how important Member Mena is to the offense, and carrying even a bigger load is what she's here for, stepping up with that quick side out kill.
And now to serve it to Timmer. Monterey going quick to Lewis. Beeson through the double block. One-handed dig from the back. Oh, they loaded up for Edmond, still didn't matter.
Edmond going through the defenders, recognizing where her court's been open, taking that transition bump set by Beeson, going through that defense.
Just another day at the office for Leah Edmond. Coming off 25 kills in that 5-set win. And with Member Mena out, the rookie from Tennessee, Nina Chaich, subs in an outside hitter. 21 serving, 19 to Aninga on the service line, the rookie. And another service error. Sometimes it's hard, especially when you have a high jump top serve like Tuaninga to come in cold like that. And Chaich is tied for the Indy lead with 10 aces. Serving with her team down 1. And make it a tie in the second set. Anna DeBeer able to rattle it through the block.
That rotation when you get DeBeer in the front row, she also knows she's got to get some kills for her team to get out of this set. Ripping it through the seam. Hilly delivering a nice low ball.
Give credit to the Ignite as they take the lead. The ace off the tape, 22-21. Again, it was 2018 Vibe when Member Mena went down with the rolled ankle. But what a response by George Pageant's team. It forces a Vibe timeout. Late in the second, Ignite going to bring this match on level terms.
That's really hard to do, coming into a match here in the second set cold. You saw Chaich come in and ripping the serve, a big ace, coming with that fire and energy, knowing how important any type of points are with Member Mena being off.
A lot of poise showed by this Ignite team.
You have Atlanta going to the 6-2 offense, Tuaninga entering. You have Dixon in the right side, so you know it's a strong blocking presence. It's going to take serve receive. You have to keep setter Tuaninga at the net so you can run Lewis. She's in your front row right now. Get her that ball, get her that offense. Anything close to the net, I would try to get Lewis the ball. And then, of course, Leah Edmond, when the game's on the line, you need a side out. You got to look for Edmond.
Corey Lewis, 7 points on a 500 hitting efficiency right now. We'll see if they do target the rookie from Florida State, but first have to control the serve. Good first contact. Tuaninga to Edmond, who puts it away.
Tuaninga, pop that ball low with speed. Watch how fast that comes out of her hands right there. Gave Edmond enough to get to that ball to work that same spot she's been loving.
Timeout, Ignite. You love just how stylish a setter Mia Tuaninga is.
You know what's been fun? When Monterey played, you almost missed Tuaninga, and you loved watching Monterey. And then Tuaninga got the start. You missed Monterey of just that combination, so I'm loving Coach Banworth using both dynamic setters when needed because they are incredible and can run the show.
23-22 Ignite. In this third meeting of the season between Indy and Atlanta, they'll clash one final time, May 1st in Fishers, Indiana. And we can't say enough about the crowd, the atmosphere of the Ignite and their organization hosting the inaugural Pro Volleyball Federation All-Star match. So many players, both the Vibe and Ignite, represented in that match. The ratings were spectacular as well, and just a great showcase for the league, and could not have been done without the Ignite organization.
Yeah, you love that addition and what PVF's doing overall for the game of volleyball. You have so many young players looking up to these players saying, one day I want to be out there. Just the role models you have as you as a player are trying to push your game to the highest level. Just the combination of everything is just beautiful.
Edmond sent to serve out of the timeout, second in the PVF in aces. And assuming there's a quality first contact, if you're George Pageant, who you're looking to lock in on?
I think you go DeBeer. You gotta, if you get any type of pass, you know Corey Lewis will probably hold with Crawford in the middle. You go DeBeer, and if the ball gets pushed forward just a little bit, you gotta go right back with Teeler.
Teeler team high 10 kills. DeBeer has 4, hitting just 105. But does have a couple of aces as well.
And the difference, you have DeBeer in front of Dixon right now, so she got 2 kills on Monterey as a blocker. Dixon for Vibe produces a better defensive threat in front of DeBeer. Any type of pass, you got to be creative if you're Hilly.
Evidently sorting something out at the scorer's table. 23-22 Ignite is what the scoreboard shows.
Rotationally, Vibe's in a stronger rotation with Lewis in the front row, Dixon in the front row. But can Edmond, after this long delay, come up with a good serve will be the question.
And we are up top here at Gas South Arena, so unfortunately we are unable to eavesdrop on the conversations right now going courtside.
Possible delay in technology. We saw this last year. That could be a possibility.
And we can only speculate at this point.
Here we go, Bob. Here we go.
You almost feel all like club volleyball people and parents going like, just play. like, you know, calling the line, just throw a parent out there.
Yeah, you want to send some smoke signals down there?
Right.
See what you can figure out. Well, we had said at the top of the broadcast that we anticipated this being a very evenly contested match. 25-23 Vibe in the first set. Ignite a 1-point lead here late in the second. It has certainly proven that way.
Yeah, you love the comeback. So saving that 6-2 rotation until now is what Vibe just relied on. Teeler for Indy, just getting that offense been consistent.
So they just flipped a point off the tally of the Ignite. And I thought that maybe they'd given 1 extra point to the Ignite somewhere in the last sequence. And so it should be 22 all. And I think they just wanted to make sure that they had the score correct.
Whoever noticed that on the side of the Vibe deserves a bonus right there. If you're Caleb Banworth, putting it instead of 23-22, you're 22 up.
Yeah. George Pageant, Ignite head coach, sidling over to get an explanation. There was something in the back of my mind when I saw 23-21. Made me think, man, really? Did I miss something? Evidently I didn't. So back tied, but briefly. Lead back to Atlanta on the monster block by Lewis.
Set was going to DeBeer, but guess who also knew that? Corey Lewis coming all the way over. Dixon with the setup, Lewis with the press back, putting that straight down.
This has been a terrific all-around game for the rookie Corey Lewis, and great reflexes by Azani Teeler from the back. He had to jump out of the way of that grenade to get the service air.
That was a quick dodgeball move right there by Teeler, jumping out of that way, sailing the serve long.
All tied at 23. Crawford for the Ignite. Serving to Edmond, trying to take her out. Timmer off the block touch. Jousted at the net and put through by Ignite.
That's where you flex right there. You had Hilly coming up with the block touch first and then turning and jousting the overpass. Watch her go up, penetrate back, getting her hips back to get the power.
Yeah, Sydney Haley, the fourth-year pro from Wisconsin, out-muscling the rookie Corey Lewis. Set point for Indy, timeout Atlanta.
Ooh, big one right there. Nice job. But it's hard because you saw the pass for Vibe. It was close enough that possibly you could have gone with Lewis, but Timmer got the set, and that was the block touch scramble play. Man, if you can pass the ball, you got to look for Lewis in this offense.
Let's go back to that point, though, and a critical point where the set could maybe hinge on the outcome. Sydney Haley, who was last year's Pro Volleyball Federation postseason MVP, all-star this year, not only getting the block touch, but getting the point. That's the kind of savviness that you expect out of one of your veterans, and Haley delivers in a critical moment for Indy.
Such a leader. We saw her win a national championship at Wisconsin. The game that she had, and just the stable type of her game. You know, it's not outwardly competitive, but there's this inward fierce beast inside of Hilly, just wanting to win every single match she goes up against.
Set point for the Ignite. And they will get a free ball. It's Hilly through the middle, hands the cover. From the back, Edmond. Up high, down hard, and we're tied again at 24.
You almost feel Caleb Edwards like, we're saving it, we're saving it. We haven't used Edmond out of the back row attack. This is the perfect time to do it. To Aninga, finding Edmond for that kill.
That is a back row burial. The league MVP. Taylor had to serve. DeBeer rattles it through. Another set point for Indy.
So good, and this is what makes DeBeer so lethal. Remember the first set, she tried to go line off the hands. This one, she's turning the angle into the hands of Dixon, just guaranteeing the tool off the block.
Set point number 2 for the Ignite. Give and go, Edmond.
Where's the backpack, Andy? Where is it? Throw the team on your back, Leah Edmond. That is how you do it. Looking for the ball, asking for it, telling to Aninga, I'm ready for it.
You know, they keep serving to Edmond, but if they think they're doing that to take Leah Edmond out of the play, they have been mistaken. Monterey's turn to serve. Backside to Taylor. That's denied. DeBeer has it measured.
Oh, DeBeer, ACC Player of the Year. We've seen it at Louisville. This is what you can do. Games on the line, turning that one down off the hands. This one, changing your shot, sharp inside, putting it away.
First team All-American last fall. You knew she wouldn't be phased. A third, set 2, set point for the Ignite. Tempo to the pin, that's blocked. Popped up. Ignite to Taylor. Hands with the bump set. Beeson doesn't have the angle. DeBeer from the back off the redirect. Monterey dishing to Edmond with a rocket.
Oh my goodness, Andy, how fun is this? You have Edmond finishing off long rallies, the defensive effort, Vincini block, and Edmond just showing up for her team. The scrambles all around. Incredible volleyball performance.
And I believe that I hear Ignite challenging for a potential line fault here.
So what you will be looking for, if the toes of Edmond touched the 3-meter line before she went to the air on her jump.
They did not.
Oh my goodness, Edmond is balling right now, Andy.
Oh yeah, she took flight with line to spare.
That's why you turn your toe. If you're hitting the back row, you turn that toe really hard to avoid that line.
26 all.
Oops.
Edmond able to pack it down. That was from a really awkward angle, but Leah Edmond made it work, and now the Vibe have their first set point in the second.
That's when you're feeling your game, feeling your jump. A tight ball going into that block is Edmond.
Edmond taking over here, and the ace. Taylor sneaks it down the line, and the Vibe come back from 3 set points in the second set to take the 2-0 lead. It was Leah Edmond who carried the Vibe back from the brink, and the Vibe lead 2 sets to none as we hit intermission at Gas South Arena. Edmond doing MVP things for the Vibe.
Why should you get tickets to see the Atlanta Vibe?
There's no whining to the refs like a little crybaby.
There's no falling down and acting like you have a life-threatening injury. Everyone knows you're faking, dude.
They're super nice, unless you're on the other team. Then they're gonna kick your
There's no boring 0-0 ties. They score like constantly. Yeah, we're really tight.
Get your tickets today at atlantavibe.com.
Lights, it's up! The Indy Ignite are taking over with nonstop action, athleticism, and an experience you will never forget. Indiana's first ever professional women's volleyball team is lighting up the Fishers Event Center this season. Tickets are on sale now and going fast. Join the fan firestorm in supporting these unbelievable female athletes and creating memories you won't forget. Get your tickets at IndyIgniteVB.com today.
Why should you get tickets to see the Atlanta Vibe?
There's no whining to the refs like a little crybaby.
There's no falling down and acting like you have a life-threatening injury. Everyone knows you're faking, dude.
They're super nice, unless you're on the other team. Then they're gonna kick your
There's no boring 0-0 ties. They score like constantly. Yeah, we're really tight.
Get your tickets today at atlantavibe.com.
Lights, it's up! The Indy Ignite are taking over with nonstop action, athleticism, and an experience you will never forget. Indiana's first ever professional women's volleyball team is lighting up the Fishers Event Center this season. Tickets are on sale now and going fast. Join the fan firestorm in supporting these unbelievable female athletes and creating memories you won't forget. Get your tickets at IndyIgniteVB.com today.
We got it next. That's how you finesse. We come for they next. Beautiful swing. Ball is blocked straight down. What a rocket out of the back. Now they calling my phone, yeah, but I'm all in my zone. They not a threat. Tell them reset. She is absolutely white hot. And a nice block on the outside. Did it all on my own, yeah. Went and brought it back home. What a final rally.
Why should you get tickets to see the Atlanta Vibe?
There's no whining to the refs like a little crybaby.
There's no falling down and acting like you have a life-threatening injury. Everyone knows you're faking, dude.
They're super nice, unless you're on the other team. Then they're gonna kick your
There's no boring 0-0 ties. They score like constantly. Yeah, we're really tight.
Get your tickets today at atlantavibe.com.
Lights, it's up! The Indy Ignite are taking over with nonstop action, athleticism, and an experience you will never forget. Indiana's first ever professional women's volleyball team is lighting up the Fishers Event Center this season. Tickets are on sale now and going fast. Join the fan firestorm in supporting these unbelievable female athletes and creating memories you won't forget. Get your tickets at IndyIgniteVB.com today.
When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gonna end bad. La da 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 da. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it.
Federation Season 2. Tickets available now.
As we welcome you back to Gas South Arena, the Atlanta Vibe and Indy Ignite separated by very little in the Pro Volleyball Federation standings and separated by very little through 2 sets, but it's the Vibe with a 25-23 set 1 win and then coming back late to capture set 2, 28-26. Andy Demetri, key to evening. Great to have you along for this afternoon. And boy, every bit as high level and competitive a match, Keely, as we had thought.
I mean, that was so fun. You saw 3 set points from Indy. Atlanta showing up, scrambling with the lineup, figuring out what it's going to take. But that defensive effort on both sides have been impressive. Indy showing up, almost had it at the end, but Atlanta finished it out.
Now, it looks like the Ignite will have to play the remainder of this match without Legator member Mena, their star outside hitter, who rolled her ankle landing with the Vibe's Merritt Beeson. You hate to see that for her, but there's still plenty of firepower on the pins for the Ignite. Honey Taylor has had a heck of a day.
Taylor from right back to a right front. You have Setter Healy really doing an excellent job finding her offense, putting up. You have 10 kills, 50% kill percentage, following up 11 digs. Nothing's getting through Taylor in the back row defensively, but it's her offensive game really carrying the show for Indy.
Speaking of carrying the show, Leah Edmond had 25 kills in that 5-set win over Vegas on Friday. They needed every bit of Leah Edmond, the MVP, to capture that second set. Edmond has been phenomenal so far.
We saw this against Thrill 2 nights ago. Edmond putting her team on her back. We got Mia Tuaninga in, running the show, saying, hey, game's on the line. Where's Edmond? Going back row to her. Edmond showing up, really putting her team on her back to finish out that second set.
Now, the Vibe on Friday jumped ahead of Vegas 2-0. They were forced into a 5th set here at Gas South Arena. They will hope to heed those lessons and try to put away this very feisty Indy team as they search for a second straight win on the road. 2-0 Vibe over the Ignite. We're set for the third from Gas South Arena on the other side of this timeout. Stay with us. Welcome you back to Gas South Arena. Andy Demetric, Keely Evelyn. So great to have you this afternoon on our coverage of the Pro Volleyball Federation Vibe. With a 28-26 come-from-behind set-2 win on top 2-0 to Indy. This Indy team, Keely, came in leading the Pro Volleyball Federation. Kill percentage at .381, but just .241 here through 2 sets, and they'll have to persevere without Lecator member Mena. What adjustments might you see from George Paget and this Indy offense?
You are fortunate to have a setter like Sydney Hilly running your show, so you're going to see a lot more middle offense as you see Martin getting the start in the middle, getting the rotation early. And of course, if you're going to win this match, you need the spread. Tealers needs to show up, and De Beer on the outside with a little more offense. We saw her getting a lot more kills in that second set, but she needs to finish it out to carry that outside load.
Jajic to serve, and we're underway in set 3. Teeler sharp inside the block, and does it kiss the line? It does.
Yeah, I'm calling that one in. It was a side spin. Teeler had the open look, but she put a little side spin on it to get it to drop.
Such a sly shot by Azani Teeler. Spent last season with Orlando and 77 kills, 62 digs for the Valkyries. 4th in the Pro Volleyball Federation in points entering the day. Hilly going to Jajic. Tumbling dig there by Monserrat, reading that off the tape. And chopped down. Leah Edmond has hit a lot of majestic points today. That one about as easy as they come.
Leah Edmonds like, I'm not messing around. I see Teeler coming for this ball. I'm going to get it way before she does, putting it over.
10 double-doubles on the year for the reigning MVP. Well, it looked like that serve would jerk the Ignite out of system, but instead it turns into a line shot kill by Teeler.
You almost feel that Elena Scott should wear a cape when she makes some plays. That's a save the day. That ball was going down. Elena Scott dishing that serve receive pass to finally getting her right side that kill.
Let's go, Vibe! Let's go, Vibe! Let's go, Vibe! Let's go!
10 to serve. The Ignite up 2-1. Third road match in the last week for Indy, and they finally got the not just the monkey, but the gorilla off their back earlier this week with that 4-set win at Vegas. It snapped a 5-match road losing streak. But anytime you feel like you've spent the entire week, literally in this case for the Ignite, on the road, sometimes the stamina tends to taper on the tail end of the road swing. And the camera's situated, reset here. And so this will really test the Ignite's focus. They want to extend this match. Edmond trying for the deep cross. He misses.
That's a right idea. You had Beeson come in with the cover ball, making that one-handed save. Edmond looking for the high shot toward the deep corner, just missing a little long. Smart.
Oh, slam tip on 2, but what a pancake from the back. And Kayla Banworth buzzes the challenge.
So what we'll look at, did any piece of the ball touch the floor in addition to the layout of Hilly making that pancake, which is a flat hand on the ground save.
We'll get another look at it. If you're a fan of NCAA volleyball and the Pro Volleyball Federation, you know we are so spoiled with Bolt 6 here in the Pro Volleyball Federation. And we will see if there was a floor touch on that center dump from Monserrat.
That's why you lay out. You imagine Hilly getting under that ball with a layout pancake. You just hope a challenge would not be called if any part did touch the floor. Look floor to me, Andy.
Great effort by Hilly regardless. You know, it's not like Indy has performed poorly in these first 2 sets, but in tight sets like we've seen, there are always those moments of truth. And if you win more of those moments of truth, you're going to win the match. And so far, the Vibe, they have won those inflection points, which has added up to this narrow 2-0 lead. And they did reverse it and say there was no floor touch on that pancake by Hilly.
Hilly throwing up her hands like, yep, I got under that ball. There you go. That's the best angle right there to see it. Laying out 6-foot extension. Get it, setter Hilly.
When you love having a 6-foot setter. Soft over the block. Scrambled and played over. Over the middle and down by Edmond.
And that, my friends, is how you do a 3-go combination. So you say Corey Lewis getting up away. Monterey dropping a low ball, causing middle blocker Crawford to hold just enough with Lewis, creating the seam.
Edmond now with a dozen kills. The service there, though, by Beeson.
I know you're up 2 sets, but you cannot sleep on the Indy team. The energy and fight's got to be there because you have a player like Teeler can take over a match.
When you lose a player like Lecator Member Mena, sometimes it forces you to become a little unorthodox in your offense, and that can throw off an opponent as well. And a campfire point for the Ignite, who continue to stretch out an early set 3 lead.
That's the combination. So you Teeler doing a good job picking up the dig. And then the offense from the outside, DeBeer knows what she has to do. That's a good change-up shot to get a kill.
6-2. Serve down the line, misses wide. But again, you don't have Lecator Member Mena, but the Ignite didn't have her for either of their previous meetings with Atlanta. They split those. And Ignite is still #1 in the league, Keely, in kill percentage. They're 2nd in the league in hitting efficiency. So even without Lecator Member Mena, they've got plenty of firepower. Deep cross and down from Beeson.
Great job, Beeson in her flow. Monterey getting that right back just to spread the court a little bit with Timmer now on the outside. But you're right, Chaich stepping in for Member Mena. She passes dimes. You got to look somewhere else.
And the rare shake pass off the serve by Scott, and ace for Edmond. We said that, a timer 31.
That almost never happens right there. That's how good of a server Edmond is, 2nd in the PVF in aces.
It's a 3-0 Atlanta run. And again, putting a lot of pressure on that service line, and we're tied.
Walk that back, slow-mo, getting your rhythm. Edmond feeling strong in her level of volleyball that she's been playing lately. Just so much confidence going into every part of her game.
Nearing another double-double, 13 kills, 9 digs. Oh, what a swing, and that was a snipe by DeBeer.
DeBeer just missed playing volleyball so much, being out 10 matches in this PVF, coming in strong and getting in rhythm, feeling warm, seeing the block really well this set.
George Pageant said they're still getting her back to full strength and doing so without having any setbacks, but a full strength Anna DeBeer could be a scary sight for the rest of the league over the final 2 months of the regular season. Chai's trying to turn that down the line. She misses hands.
Chais had the right idea. You had Monterey down the line. Monterey identified the shot Chais was going for and didn't allow her to reach high on the block to get the touch.
Chais had a season high 19 kills at Gas South Arena. And she has been efficient against the Vibe. A lean back swing there by Timmer. Handled from the back, now it's Teeler. She can't penetrate the block. Pipe shot, Edmond, point Vibe.
I think it's coming. Leah Edmond out of the back row a lot more. You saw Edmond finishing off that second set with a back row attacks. Monterey pushing Edmond a little bit toward her right, giving the blocks a motion on that swing.
Well, think about some of the back row bombs that Leah Edmond had late in that second set, especially when the Vibe were facing set point. And an off speed by Timmer. And the Ignite had the early 6-2 set lead. Now they trail by 2.
That's what you need to do. Spread the court, The previous teammate hit hard, change up by Timmer, play a little yo-yo game with that defense.
Just a third kill for Timmer off the overpass. The Vibe continue to stretch it out.
Fantastic job. After the service game of Edmond, now you have Corey Lewis coming at that service line, putting up a good serve.
Now the Vibe putting some stress on Indy, and it forces an Ignite timeout. 10-7 Vibe off the ace and off the overpass, getting it done here in the third.
Your photo displayed on the video board during the next timeout.
Out of the timeout, Vibe back to serve, leading by 3. Leah Edmond continuing to light it up. She's recorded another double-double, 14 kills and 10 digs. Giant, nice change of pace.
That's hard to do, coming in cold, getting in your rhythm. Chai's been passing dimes and serve receive, showing her explosive power, doing a little change up off those last 2 steps.
Yeah, Nina Chaic had double-digit kills both matches versus the Vibe this year. Crawford to serve. Monserrat. And that'll get down for the Vibe point. Piccini.
I'm liking that so much. So changing location. The normal slide attack goes all the way out to the antenna. Watch the drift. It's off the setter's head, a little drifted. Changing location is hard to jump on that block.
You can tell there's some chemistry developing between Monserrat and Piccini. Chai is trying to tip that over the block. The cover by Edmond. And that swing from the pin long by Timmer.
Smart job right there by Hilly on the block, not trying to reach high to get the touch as she saw Timmer going high into that block.
Sydney Hilly, PVF's leader in total assists and assists per set. 4th-year pro from Wisconsin. I'm sure she has not at all mentioned to her teammate Elena Scott about that 2021 NCAA championship match between her Badgers and the Louisville Cardinals. I'm sure that's not ever come up.
Hilly would win the battle.
Swatted through by Piccini. And McKenna Piccini and Morgan Hens know a thing or two about hoisting a national championship trophy. 1-1 for the Cardinal in 2019.
This is why you love volleyball. You just come back to the next point. Nice job. And you're right, the chemistry is much better between Monserrat and Piccini.
I would say between those two combined, this has been about as good a match that Corey Lewis and McKenna Piccini have had in the middle. Edmond and Aaron swing.
Edmond's arm was coming through so fast, but just missed that sharp contact going for that angle.
Chaic again to serve. Indy 10, Atlanta 12. Chaic did not appear in the match versus the Thrill earlier this week. Beeson chops it down.
Monserrat dropping a ball low for Beeson. Beeson feeling her in her flow. You give Beeson some sort of seam to look at. Watch the seam. A late arriving Martin give you some of that, Beeson.
Monserrat's been really precise in her passing. And a free ball. Lewis puts it down.
How fun is that, the scramble? I didn't mean to do that, but I'm really glad it went there. Edmond laughing that one off. Watch a two-hand, pretty much a set to Lewis, coming tight to that net and over.
But what an angle that McKenna Piccini picked out on the serve to force that scramble and force an Ignite timeout. Vibe 14, Indy 10 here in the third.
Exciting summer at the Junior Vibe volleyball games. Perfect for players.
The Vibe hoping for the same result, but far less suspense than what they put their fans through on Friday when they were nearly reverse swept by the Thrill after taking the first 2 sets here. Caleb Banworth's team up 14-10 over Indy in the third. Beeson cuts it loose. Merritt Beeson finding her form as this match has progressed.
That's key when you play pro volleyball, is mixing up your shots. If you become predictable, you're going to be easily read by these defenders. Beeson working a different spot of the court to get a drop.
Number 1 pick in the draft. Bit of an up and down first half of the season, but I think you could say that of any rookie in whatever professional league you join.
And we saw that even with former MVP Edmond. She had a slow start. The first 4 matches wasn't her game. Now she's just balling like we've seen her finish out last season.
Carly Scott appearing for the first time on the service line. Thumped by Edmond, block touch by the Ignite. Taylor winds up, has it blocked. And who else? Leah Edmond. Leah Edmond has been putting on a show and takes it to timeout, adding a block to her tally. 16-11 Vibe over the Ignite. Back with you at Gas South Arena. Andy Demetrichili, Evelyn, happy to have you along. Vibe up 2-0 and up in the third set as they try to move within a half game of the Ignite for third place in the Pro Volleyball Federation standings. 16 serving 11. Taylor changes up her speed and gets it through the double block. Ignite a 5-point edge for third place over the Vibe. These teams will meet one more time on May 1st in Fishers, Indiana.
Let's keep this energy up, ATL. Big energy.
Taylor to serve following the timeout. Indy finally back home as they welcome into Supernovas on Thursday. Vibe will go to Grand Rapids on Thursday. The A's by Taylor starting to build a comeback. A's certainly one way to accomplish that.
Taylor just does so much for this team. You got the ace down the line, the change up on her attack. Just impressive all-around game. Taylor, loved watching you play at Kentucky, and I'm loving you as a pro.
Joins her former Kentucky teammate Leah Edmond with a double-double today. 14 kills, 12 digs. Second-year pro from Grand Prairie, Texas. Packed down, Beeson. Beeson has been in rhythm, and like we had said, she hits at such a higher percentage when those passes are coming from Marley Monserrat. That chemistry continues to build.
And you saw the block had to go out on Lewis. You got to be ready for a slide attack. Monserrat dropping that inside ball for right back of Beeson to take care of.
Merritt Beeson, the former Florida Gator, then Nebraska Cornhusker, was under the tutelage of a pair of legendary head coaches, both of whom announced their retirements this winter.
I just put that correlation together.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Those are two coaches that will be missed. John Cook, Mary Wise.
Well, if they got the itch, I'm sure they will find a welcome home in the Pro Volleyball Federation. So, Coach Cook, Coach Wise, if you're watching, if you're listening, the doors are open in the Pro Volleyball Federation, and there's a pretty good chance you might be coaching some of your former players. And then again, coaching against some of your former players as well. Such as Caleb Banworth.
Right. You get their recruiting ability alone could pack a team.
Great defense from the back by DeBeer. The slide. Lewis hits it off the net. Play continues. A triple block and a good recovery by the Ignite. And now DeBeer, but what a cover by Hens. Oh, buzzer activated on a challenge. What do we have? Ignite have closed to within 2.
I would be challenging the slide attack from Lewis early on in that rally, but it's beyond the 8-second rule that you get to challenge in, because I thought the slide attack did not clear the net.
I thought so too. From up here, our vantage point is different.
I was holding my breath. I'm like, oh, I'm curious why that wasn't challenged.
Well, where's the proof?
So they're going to challenge the block touch or lack thereof.
But you saw no argument. Chaiich went up on that block. She was the blocker that could have told her coach right away, like, you shake your hands. It's like the common signal. I didn't touch it. I'm with both your hands going up and waving. But you didn't even see that with Chaiich on that block.
But you're also so locked into the play.
True.
And making sure you're getting back in position. Sometimes you don't have the presence of mind to alert your coaches that I didn't touch it.
Yeah, that's the one I saw early on to be like, I thought it did not touch the block.
The challenge is upheld. No block touch. So a point to the Ignite. Once down 4, they've trimmed it to 1. Chaiich gets the tool.
And you see Indy going to a 6-2 rotation with Wade getting on that right side trying to help on that block.
Yeah, that's 6-2. Throwing off the Vibe, who called timeout as this third set knotted at 17. Oh, so in the first set, he said that Caleb Banworth went to the 6-2. And that reversed things for the Vibe in their favor. And now George Pageant using that same page from the playbook.
And the key with using that, you have to weigh the odds. Or like, okay, our rhythm might be a little off offensively, but defensive-wise, you're going to put a bigger blocker in front of the outside attack, going with the right side over a setter. And then you get 3 offensive options for Indy now that Member Mena is off the court with a lower body injury. So I'm liking the change up, and I think it's causing a little chaos for the Vibe side as they settle into what they're going to do next.
So you have a Vibe adjust out of the timeout.
As players serving for Indy number 14, DeBeer.
It'll be DeBeer to serve. And also Grace Wade, formerly Grace Cleveland last year when she suited up for the Vibe on the court for Indy. Couture Member Mena, not the only former Vibe on the roster for the Ignite, who have a chance here to take their first lead of the set. The cover from the back by Edmond. And thrown down by Beasley. What a smart shot.
We're late in the match. I think that's what you need to do, change-ups. You showed your power, now you got the defender sitting back. Way to change it up, Beeson out of back row.
Wasn't much of a scene, but Beeson found it. The former All-American. Good first contact.
Nice.
And an even better terminal swing by Wade.
Great job, Setter Havili, sitting in the middle of Wade. That gave a one-on-one opportunity. Nice seam look for Wade to put it down.
A court that Grace Wade knows well from her time with the Vibe last year. That cross finds the corner by Timmer. Back and forth we go in the third.
There you go. Caleb Banworth talked about the speed of the tempo. Watch how low this comes out of her hands of Monterey on that set. Timmer with a nice moving block look to find the court.
Timmer's season high in kills was set versus this Ignite club Back on February the 16th, 16 of them. Off the block touch. Good job by Edmond to range underneath it. It'll be popped high and over by Hentz. Wade trying to thump it down the line, but she misses hands.
You saw Wade wanting to change her shot to keep the defense guessing, but she actually had the cross court look. I said go with it one more time as Vincini was late to arrive.
Sometimes you outthink yourself.
Right.
Couldn't groove that past Timmer at the pin, and the Vibe lead 20-18. They captured the first set 25-23, 28-26 in the second. Wade will get another rip. There you go. Cross court and the side out.
Andy, that's 4 attacking attempts with Wade going in on the right side, looking no further, going right back. I'm loving the options, Havili.
Also number 2, Sydney Hilly. Hilly now serving.
Get the music going. Dun, dun, dun. You got a better right here.
By the way, I was
Hilly,
just admiring Leah Edmond almost taking out her teammate Mia Tuaninga on that slide. Oh, an inopportune error from the line by the Ignite.
This is a good rotation, though, if you can get a side out. You have Teeler back in the front row. Martin is hitting really nicely off of Hilly. 2 good offensive options for Indy.
Hilly dishing in the middle and put down by Martin.
Hilly's like, we're risking it. I don't care if there's 2 blockers right there. Martin can get up. I create a little motion, a drift set in front. It's like called a push set. Nice job, Hilly.
Hilly has 32 assists. Trying to put some heat on the service line. Here is Edmond, but blocked. That might have been the best one of the day, and it comes from Teeler, her former teammate.
That feels good right there. Teeler recognizing she was solo against Edmond. Edmond had the strong cross-court look. Watch the jump back. Edmond wanted to get to the ball a little sooner to clear the net.
Well, that was exquisitely timed by Azani Teeler. All-star versus all-star. That was a meeting in the high-rent district in Atlanta. Tied at 21. Jajic 10 aces on the year. Serving to Hentz. Controls that well. Once again through the middle. Martin once more. And the Ignite have erased a 4-point deficit in the third set, trying to extend this match. An Atlanta timeout with Indy up 22-21. And the Ignite have had to be resourceful, Keeley. Some of their rotations and lineup combinations in the absence of Lecator, Member, Mena in the third. And again, they were down 14-10 at one point. It was not looking promising for Indy. You see Member, Mena, part of that Indy huddle, but no longer dressed out. So just the composure and the perseverance of this Indy team to regain a set 3 lead when they looked down and were on the verge of being out.
You saw Coach go to a 6-2 offense, putting Wade on the right side, Havili playing some defense, but you saw some offense go on the right side. That's what Indy needed. Now settling in, Hilly's back in your front row. Martin producing offense up that middle. You have De Beer again in the front row. This is your best offensive options that you'll find with Indy. You have to push if you can get a transition ball.
Jajic to serve, Ignite by 1. Off speed, pancaked up though by Scott, but a challenge instigated by the Vibe.
Scott's so explosive. She was sitting deep on that ball, explodes forward.
I already saw one pancake dig challenge that was overturned in favor of the Ignite. See if they'll make it 2 for 2.
You know, from where we're sitting, it looks like she did get it. She got under it. Scott laying out on the flat hand pancake.
That's no surprise to anybody who watched Elena Scott during her 4 seasons at Louisville. Led the ACC in total digs per set as a senior. What do you think from there? And there was a floor touch.
Yeah. This is why you show effort, though. We were so close. Getting that little bounce of the floor and the hand under. If any part of the ball touches the floor, it's considered down.
I mean, when it's Elena Scott, you're inclined to think that she is able to get everything.
Right. Between Hens and Scott, we have two of the best liberos that America has produced we're talking about.
In the case of Morgan Hens, last year's Pro Volleyball Federation Libero of the Year. The serve by Aiko Jones, tied at 22.
Oh my gosh.
That is clinical. And there was a floor touch, even though Atlanta completed the play. And it will be a side out for the Ignite.
Look, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to challenge this.
Monterey was so adamant that she got that ball up. Looked at her coach right away, said, "Coach, I got that up."
Well, and the Ignite players turned their backs. They thought that play was over.
I mean, with this swing, it was a cut back by Martin. Get it off the toe, possibly. I mean, it went down so fast, even in like a slow motion. Martin ripped that ball. It looks like a floor touch.
And you're right, it wouldn't have come from the hand, but more so the left foot of Monserrat. Had her eyes closed while she was doing it. But indeed, it was a floor touch. And the point awarded to Indy, 23-22.
I mean, I wouldn't mess around right now. Get Edmund the ball.
Oh, they got to get the ace first with a little help from the net.
You know, the player of the match and all that. But the player of this set is Martin. What she just did offensively in the front row, now coming with the ace, huge.
Pulling the 6-2 out of the pocket and hoping it'll lead to a set 3 win. That is into the net by Lewis, and it's a come from behind. Set 3 win by Indy. Boy, did they ever show their heart in that third set. Once down by 4. They claim the third, 25-20.
Why should you get tickets to see the Atlanta Vibe?
There's no whining to the refs like a little crybaby.
There's no falling down and acting like you have a life-threatening injury. Everyone knows you're faking, dude.
They're super nice, unless you're on the other team. Then they're gonna kick your
There's no boring 0-0 ties. They score like constantly. Yeah, we're really tight.
Get your tickets today at atlantavibe.com.
Lights, it's up. The Indy Ignite are taking over with nonstop action, athleticism, and an experience you will never forget. Indiana's first ever professional women's volleyball team is lighting up the Fishers Events Center this season. Tickets are on sale now and going fast. Join the fan firestorm in supporting these unbelievable female athletes and creating memories you won't forget. Get your tickets at IndyIgniteVB.com today.
We got it next. That's how you finesse. We come for they next. Beautiful sweat. Pose, straight down. What a rocket out of the back. Now they calling my phone. Yeah, but I'm all in my zone. They not a good. Tell them reset. She is absolutely white hot. And a nice block on the outside. Yeah, all on my own. Yeah, when it brought it back. What a final rally.
When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gonna end bad. La 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la.
Pro Volleyball Federation Season 2. Tickets available now.
We play on at Gas South Arena after the Ignite battle back to capture set 3, 25-22. And doing so without Lecator member Mena, who unfortunately twisted her ankle late in that second set. Of course, whenever you face Indy, the league leaders in kill percentage, they're never out of it.
I think it was clever putting Wade in on the right side, going to a 6-2, and then Hilly coming back in the offense and getting Martin involved. 3 kills and an ace by Martin to finish out that set.
And Indy gets the first point of the fourth.
Oh, you're on fire.
She's been cooking.
Guess who knows that? Setter Hilly's going, okay, anything close to the net, I'm setting Martin.
Former Liberty Flame has been on fire. The reversal, and it's a point for the Vibe. Merritt Beeson working the outside hand.
With time, that's been an improved connection as well. You have a Beeson liking the low ball. Monterey's an expert going low and flat out to the right side.
So facing a 6-2 then, Keely, how do the Vibe recapture their rhythm in the fourth?
You have to serve it more aggressively. You can't have a setter like Hilly at the net to run that offense. That was a good block touch.
Helps have some defense by Monserrat and pushed through by Edmond. Anytime Marley Monserrat, Leah Edmond are part of a rally, you feel good about your chances.
And you see Edmond doing a little change-up, a tight ball, had a lot of court to look at, dropping it between a seam of 2 defenders.
15th kill for Edmond. Taylor rattles it through.
I remember talking to Coach Skinner, interviewing him for a Kentucky match, and he said, with Taylor, you have to find a way to keep her on the court. You do what it takes. She's got all-around game, and we're seeing that today, her as a pro.
Probably didn't take long for George Passion to realize the same thing. Tight set. Lewis has a turn back. They recycle it to Edmond. DeBeer with a thumb. That's pushed up by Edmond. Monterey going quick to Lewis. Now it's DeBeer going off speed. Monserrat covers. That's a sharp angle by Beeson. Great layout though by Taylor. Off speed and it redirects down. Merritt Beeson finding the touch and finding the point for Atlanta.
Everybody's taking a deep breath on that one. Incredible defensive scramble. And what happens on the drop? A change up by Beeson. A redirect into the blocker's hands. Scott not able to come back to her left.
Beeson now with 11 kills. And the #1 pick set to serve. You know, as this 4-set gets underway, it's inevitable that it may be creeping into the minds, or at least the back of the minds of these Vine players that, hey, 2 nights ago at Gas South Arena, we were up 2-0 on Vegas. Thrill forced us into a 5th set. We just sweat that out and win 15-13 in the 5th. So very important that they get off to a sharp start in the 4th. DeBeer hammers it.
I'm liking what Indy's doing right now. They're trying to push that 5th set, going low. Watch that ball come out so fast and low, hardly clearing the height of the antenna, even out of system. DeBeer had a seam, ripping it through.
The native of Louisville went from a native daughter to a favorite daughter, and she decided to play for the hometown Cardinals. Service there. It'll put Edmond on the line with the Vibe up by 2. I'd say the Commonwealth of Kentucky fairly well represented in this match. Whether you played for the Wildcats or the Cardinals, or in the case of Morgan Hens, you're from the state of Kentucky. Oh, that one was there for the taking, but Crawford pushes it into the net. 7-3 Vibe.
The ball control save of Monterey to keep that ball alive was impressive. You want that one back, of course, if you're Crawford trying to get the bounce on the other side.
Indy timeout, 7-3 Vibe in our 4th set.
Then be sure to stick around after.
Nothing like a little air guitar cam during the timeout. And the Vibe have it tuned up on the Ignite, leading 7-3. What a one-handed dig by Monserrat, just to extend the rally. And she's been fun to watch today. Hands always there with the cover ball. Taylor with a sharp cross.
This is why it's so important to train young players in both two-arm and one-arm ball control. You saw 3 in that rally off of one arm. Finishing it off with the kill, putting that team on her shoulders is Taylor.
Crawford working line to Edmond. Popped across. One of the rare errant passes by Monserrat. She'll take a whack. That's kept up by DeBeer. Hilly picks out Chaich, but able to pack it down. Well, that was close to a solo block by Lewis, but the rookie.
Such a smart attack. Chaich recognized that Lewis was arriving late and wouldn't get the penetration, so attack that moving middle blocker to get it and drop in front of her.
Chaich played collegiately at Tennessee, native of Serbia. And off an overpass chance for the Ignite to chop this deficit down to 1, but a block instead. Lewis got it that
time. Good change up of strategy. Timmer came all the way over to help with the strong attack when the attacker hits toward the right. And then the cross body attack is where you saw the jump back from Lewis to get the block.
Lewis was on fire to begin this match. Been quieter the last set and a half. Somebody who has not been quiet from set 3 on is that one, Lydia Martin. 3rd in the PVF in kill percentage. Lewis still pacing the league. 6 serving 8. Taylor off hands. Nice job by Monserrat to run underneath it. Timmer. It's dug up by DeBeer.
Woo.
And a middle attack lands for a point.
You know, you watch the next server go back and you're like, if you're a Vibe fan, you're like, oh man, it's Hilly. That means we still got Martin in the front row to get some offense. Wow.
This time the Vibe's turn to run middle offense.
And that is exactly what the Vibe needed, something different. Getting Vicini involved. She's been quiet in front of the setter. Nice job, Monserrat, mixing it up. You got to hold that block and keep it honest.
Lead back to 2 for the Vibe. Monserrat trying to drop it short.
Oh my gosh.
Martin climbed the ladder once again. And now 11 kills for Lydia Martin. That ties the season high. Also tallied 11 against Omaha March 2nd as we take another look.
And Martin is so hard to read because she can power it right and then turn her body and power it left. Nice job on that cutback.
6'3", the native of Anderson, South Carolina, right across the state line from Georgia. So you know she's got some family, friends, maybe former foes in attendance. And what a turnaround in short order by the Ignite to tie this set at 9.
Martin's like, okay, we need defense, we need more offense. Remember, Mena's out. I got you guys, let's do this.
Does that dot the line? No, just long.
Right idea. There was court there, and that jump top spin really works. By inches.
Gold 6 confirmed, just narrowly missed from Chaich. The addition to DeBeer turned away. Vicini and Beeson slammed the door shut.
That was checking power to penetration, so the power of DeBeer going right down the line of Beeson. Great job holding that discipline on the block with that penetration. Gosh.
I mean, if you're the Ignite, why turn to anybody else? Martin smiling for good reason. A new career high, 12 kills. As she will sub out, Scott will take her place.
And you have Kylie Murr stepping in as a defensive specialist, sticking that pass. That is how it's done. Full team effort, everyone knowing their role.
And Kylie Murr, another PVF All-Star. Out of system ball, we'll see what Edmond can do with it. Taylor over Edmond. The up by Monserrat. Taylor takes another rip, but a block by Edmond. With a blaze of passion in Leah Edmond's eyes, she doesn't want to see this match go to a fifth.
And it was the send over by Vincini to take out the setter, causing the out of system ball. Good block read set up in front of Taylor.
Leah Edmond up to 20 points. Oh, but a long swing on the serve.
I'll be honest with you. So you have Monterey, one more rotation in the front row. Offensively, things are good for Vibe. They're flowing, but for energy-wise, as it looks like they're getting a little tired just winning a 5-setter 2 nights ago, it might be a good idea to go to that 6-2 pattern.
Well, they tried to go to Lewis on the middle attack, but she throws it into the net. Tied again.
Just have to keep the power going. Taylor on that service line.
An Indy team that had a 5-match road losing streak that they snapped in the midweek against Vegas. Trying to take the lead in the fourth. Taylor trying for the cross. Monserrat there. Beeson.
Wow.
Off the redirect. Monserrat able to keep it alive. And the deep cross pounded down by De Beer. Keep pounding De Beer. 13-12 Ignite lead. And a toast to you, Anna.
Yes, right here, kicking it out. De Beer. This is how a good hit that she pounds or a miss hit. She's so steady in her game. Such a competitor comes to play.
De Beer narrowly missed a double-double in the 4-set win over Vegas. 8 kills that have a season high 12 digs. And the Ignite up 13-12. Edmond has that slowed at the net. Great a hustle, but just not enough by Taylor to get it back in.
And look what's happening right now, Andy. Just because you need energy. It's not because Vibe players aren't playing well, because you need energy. Dixon's coming in, subbing out for Monterey. Tuaninga's coming in, subbing out with Beeson.
And a Dixon queued up along with Tuaninga. Only saw Dixon briefly in the second set. Tuaninga did not appear in that third set. She will trot to the service line. Two-time All-Pac-12 for the women of Troy at Southern Cal, the native of Long Beach, California.
And likewise, Indy went to the double sub formation as well. New setter, Wade in the front row's right side.
Tuaninga gets it on the line for the ace.
Fans, that will wake up some fans right there. This is the vibe of Tuaninga. She brings energy, kissing that back line right there for a huge ace, coming in fresh.
Opted not to do the jump top, floated instead, trying to go soft this time. Might have pulled Indy out of system. Off speed over the block, diving dig by Tuaninga. Now Edmond, that's kept up from the back. And it's De Beer, working line again.
De Beer so smart. She saw a moving block with Dixon coming all the way out, changing her shot, working that line through the seam.
It's easy to expect excellence when you're the number 2 pick in the PVF draft, but Anna De Beer continues to impress and hold her own. Lewis on the slide. Doesn't catch a line, doesn't catch hands.
The right idea. Tuaninga coming in. That ball was pushed forward, going risky. I'd do it too. Why not do it again?
Misses the mark. Ignite retake the lead, 15-14. And another point for the Ignite. They are continuing to turn it on here in the middle of the set. They're the first to 16.
Timeout.
A rally to win set 3, doing so without Lecator member Mena, felled by an ankle injury late in the second. Midway through the fourth, Ignite by 2.
USA. And play resumes serving for Indy number 14, Anna DeBeer.
Indy leads by 2. Anna DeBeer has been a flamethrower for the Ignite. And she will serve out of the timeout. Overpass. Oh, Indy wasn't ready for it. They just keep it up and push it over. Edmond taking flight. DeBeer there. Jajic. Defense has been outstanding for the Ignite in this fourth. Avili trying to tee it up on the pin. Lewis this time for the point. As Gas South Arena held its collective breath, Keeley, Corey Lewis comes through.
You gotta love the risk taken. Tuaninga goes off the net 3-meter line, forcing it back to Lewis. Lewis ready for it.
Edmond serving, and serving long. Rare miscue from the service line by Edmond.
You're looking at the rotations and you're like, if you're a Vibe fan, Martin is back in the front row for Indy. That's the offense they've been going with. Anything, it's a good pass, it's going to Martin.
Oh, that was trying to be turned from the middle by Lewis, hits it into the net, and the Ignite take their largest lead of the fourth. And a timeout, Atlanta.
Timeout, Atlanta.
Tuaninga wanted that setback. She underset Lewis just a little bit. It was an open look, taking responsibility for it. But I'm loving the aggression. Like, come in, forcing your middle attack, but I think it's a good time for Tuaninga to now use the middle as a decoy. And then go antenna to antenna, using your back row attack with Edmond if you get it.
On the left of your screen, Keely, you see Lecator member Mena, who rolled her ankle late in the second set. The Ignite were down 2-0, and now down Lecator member Mena. Coming back from behind to win set 3. And now a 3-point lead here in set 4. This is an incredible display of resilience by the Ignite, regardless of how this fourth set turns out.
You know, it's like a top player in the NBA going down. It takes a team to win when you have certain players knowing their role and what it takes. Players like Martin stepping it up, Hilly coming in, forcing the middle whenever she could get it. And then you have a coaching shift. Coach Pageant going to a 6-2 offense, a bigger block and offensive options. I'm loving the complete game you're seeing with Indy.
Back row swing by Edmond. Timmer over the block and unable to be controlled by Havili. She's upset with herself. It was there despite being a one-hander, but a much-needed side out for Atlanta.
And that was the communication on that timeout. Back row attack with Edmond. Now use the middle as a decoy. Got Timmer a kill.
In rhythm. Good layout by Edmond.
A good save.
Oh, but just not enough there for a second save. Grace Wade, the former Vibe.
It's like a magnet. Anytime a middle serves and they are playing that left back, every attack tries to go their way, making them play the ball. Nice job I've almost called her Grace Cleveland.
Yeah.
Grace Wade finishing out.
A lot of Vibe fans are getting used to that as well, the former Grace Cleveland. Indy serving up 3. Trying to work quick through the middle with Vicini. Chaich can't hammer that down. Good luck trying to get it past Hens. To Aninga. Timber, that was turned back. Vibe just have not been in sync in this rally, but it is erased on the block by Vicini. A strong block can erase a multitude of sins, Keely.
Yeah, coming all the way over. Nice deception on the setting choices is to Aninga just to keep the rally going, but that set up close block, Vicini, keep bringing that energy. You get anything. This is good offense that you have with Indy between Teeler and Chaich. Come on.
Good first contact, Martin, once again. She has been terminating left, right, and middle.
Anything close, Hilly's like, I'm a couple feet off the net, no problem. I can get Martin the ball. Kill after kill. What's their hitting percentage?
Either way, just the Vibe have had no answer for her. Off the back set, it's Beast in the line, covered by Scott. Took some smoke out of that swing. DeBeer from a standstill, misses wide.
So you have Martin with a 52% kill percentage right now. So anything close, sure, you're getting her the ball. DeBeer missing that one long, I'm sure you want that one back. But gosh, if you're anything close, you know Hilly's looking for Martin.
Serve receive has been very polished for the Ignite in this fourth set. Another sharp serve receive and put away by Teeler.
Interviewing Coach Pageant talked about the speed out of the hands of Hilly. When you have hitters like Teeler that match the game, the tempo and the speed is just a 1-2 punch.
Yeah, that's what Coach Pageant was talking about. Reestablishing tempo to the pin. Into the net on Martin's serve. 19-21, Vibe serving, Vibe trailing.
That's what Vibe fans needed. Like, Martin, go to service and get out of there. Your offense is too good.
The rookie Taylor Henn comes on. Teammates with Corey Lewis last season at Florida State, began her career at Arkansas. And one of the rare times that the Ignite were out of rhythm on serve receive, and it's a 1-point fourth set.
Nice job, Head, coming in on a good serve. That's hard to do. Fourth set coming in when you're not even warm yet.
Taylor blocked, and we're tied at 21. Who else but Leah Edmond?
Taylor, Edmond, former teammates in college. That's just knowing your teammate, seeing the line she was taken away. Edmond showing up.
Don't need a scouting report when Taylor and Edmond are staring at each other. A timeout for the Ignite, tied at 21 on a 3-0 run for the Vibe. Leah Edmond trying to will her team to this win on their home floor and move to 8-8 on the season. Edmond's done a little bit of everything. 16 kills, 13 digs, and now 4 blocks.
Pretty impressive. You have Ajani Taylor, 21 points for Indy, and then 22 points for Leah Edmond. And we just saw it's like back-to-back power between a power swing with Taylor, power block by Edmond. Just two impressive players on the court today.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say Leah Edmond and Ajani Taylor won a national title with Kentucky back in 2021.
Edmond missed it by a year.
Oh, never mind. I beg your pardon.
Shot to the heart.
She laid the, pardon me. Yeah. She laid the foundation.
She did.
Yes.
Two-time player of the year for the SEC, Edmond.
Yep.
Laid the foundation for sure. I'm sure she helped recruit the players. When you're a player and you get the recruits, you're like, you sell it with everything you got.
And we are glad that she has taken her talents to the Pro Volleyball Federation. Ahead once again to serve, knotted at 21 in the fourth. Not a great first ball, though. Taylor trying to go cross court. Beeson pushing it down the line. What a clever ball by Beeson.
You have Head stepping in, a beautiful bump set right here, laying it. Beeson had a lot of court to look at, changing the shot, go in line, recognizing middle back was shifted to her right.
How about the performance of the rookie Merritt Beeson today? DeBeer, what a one-handed dig by Monserrat.
Oh.
They'll call the violation on the Vibe, point to the Ignite.
So a lift was called. So a lot of times when you take the ball from one angle and then have too much time with the ball, in volleyball it's got to be a pop. Anything that you're doing has got to pop out of your hand, your arms. But that one, it looks like it carried too much time in the hands. Good save off this, though. Monserrat still doing her thing, laying out on that one-hand save.
Monserrat pops it up. Edmond can't put it down. Teeter from the back, off the net and down. And Indy regains the lead.
Teeler swings with so much power. She always gets that friendly bounce off the net. The net is like, whoa, that came in hot.
Timeout Atlanta. Deep into the fourth set with the Vibe on top 2-1.
I think Indy's doing an excellent job at defending Leah Edmond in her cross shot. So like that cross body shot going, I think Edmond, to get a kill, you got to work the line shot a little more. As Hilly's there, but anything line, your whole defense is setting up on your cross-court look.
And Edmond had a hitting efficiency of 188 today. He's got 16 kills, 13 digs, but you're right, may need to change some things up. As Coach Banworth was telling us, her evolution in becoming a more complete player, knowing she can't just bully the ball and opening up her range. So made the situation call for some finesse.
And
the outside hitter, Leah Edmond.
Your best matchup right now is sending Lewis away on a 3 ball and getting Beeson a look in the seam. That could be your best look for Vibe.
It'll be Teeler to serve. Going soft.
Yep.
Beeson blocked. DeBeer. And it's set point for Indy.
I love how DeBeer plays, just so steady, calm. It doesn't, you can't tell if she's like killing it right now or just coming up with the air. It just walks back like, this is what I do, guys.
The number 2 pick with the block of the number 1 pick. The Ignite have 2 set points, down to 1 on the air and serve.
Coach Banworth staying with Monserrat in the front row, giving Beeson her service time. Looking across the net, you have Teeler in the right back, and you can spread it with DeBeer.
Long. Beeson was jumping from the 3-meter line. It didn't have the angle. And we will have this come under review to see if there was a block touch.
Challenging the block touch. I did a little jinx with him in that moment. But look at Monserrat was looking at Coach Banworth, shaking her head like, Coach, I didn't touch it.
It's worth a challenge at this stage of the set. Now, in that second set, the Vibe fended off 3 separate set points for the Ignite. Now, having to thwart back-to-back set points. As we take a look to see if there was or was not a block touch on the swing from DeBeer. There was none, and we're tied at 24.
No block touch. Point, Atlanta.
And that cleared Monserrat and Lewis comfortably. So Beeson back to serve.
If I'm getting a ball from Hilly, I'm going to go Teeler on the right back.
I'm going to go opposite side to DeBeer. Not a bad option either.
That was the matchup that they wanted. Right here, you had Monserrat, a shorter blocker. You go, okay, DeBeer just missed it a little long. We'll give her a second opportunity. Nice look down the inside of this line.
Jajic has a strong serve. 25-24. Ignite trying to force a 5th set. Service error. It dropped up at inopportune times for Indy today.
Huge right there. You have Edmond, Vibe's best server, on the service line.
Here's Teeler. Missing long, and the Vibe have match point.
Huge right there. You had Edmond just doing a little change-up, not doing her normal hybrid type of serve, dropping it, and I think we're going to get a challenge here.
Challenge of a potential block touch.
If anyone touched it, it was Lewis over that middle attack. That was hard to see on that angle.
And there was none. And the Vibe have match point at 26-25. By a whisper, missing Timmer and Lewis. It'll be Edmond to serve. Handled well by Scott. Jaich cross court, dug up by Hentz. Beeson, not that time. Jaich again off the redirect. Beeson has it covered. Now Lewis taking flight.
Wow.
Hentz. Oh, and Timmer couldn't get there.
I almost would put money that De Beer swing was going down, and Hentz stepped in, picked it up. Edmond, I know, wants that set back on her delivery to Timmer, but what great volleyball.
A fourth set dripping with drama at Gas South Arena. Beeson from the back.
So pretty. You open Corey Lewis on the slide attack and drop Merritt Beeson inside on the right back attack. Open that swing inside that middle blocker. Nicely done.
The rookie found the seam. Another set point for Atlanta. It'll be Aiko Jones, the former Louisville Cardinal, to serve. Jaich, dug up by Edmond. Beeson a chance at redemption. Sharp cut shot, misses.
Jones stepping in, delivering a nice set. Timmer wants that one back so badly, missing it a little wide.
Was that the right idea by Timmer?
The
Trying
right
to go cut?
Yeah, you could have, there was court there. If you take a little pace off of it, a harder topspin, it was there.
Working tempo to the pin. Smothered by Teeler. Oh, what a slide shot by Timmer. Took something off, earns another match point.
Timmer's like, this is what makes her competitive. She wanted that shot early on. Like, I should have just thrown it into the arms of Martin a couple plays ago.
28-27. Second set was 28-26 in favor of the Vibe. This match has been played on a razor's edge all afternoon long.
Both Teeler and Martin in the front row for Indy.
They've got some options, have to tame the serve of Monserrat first. Well done, and put down. Martin.
I played in Spain, and that's what you just say, fuerte. Fuerte, that's so strong. Martin coming up, Hilly giving a nice high delivery set. Power to the floor.
Indy Martin continuing to build on a career night. 28 all. Little jump top rip. Edmond controls it. Beeson cross court for the kill.
That is where you take a mental note. So Beeson, look how much cross court she has to look for. You communicate, hey Beeson, ball's coming to you, go at that right back and attack it.
29, serving 28. Timber to play it in. Going quick. And thumped down by Martin. She has not missed.
So lethal. This is like going right, taking a crossbody left. Martin, very hard to block in a one-on-one situation. She's been automatic.
She is chipping paint. The rookie rising to the moment. And we continue in this fourth set. De Beer blocked. Recycled to Teeler. Knocks it down. And another set point for Indy.
The speed of arrival. Teeler pulled up right before Edmond got on that block. That is Amazing job, Teeler.
Indy at one point were up 24-22. This is their fourth set point of the fourth. Down 2-0. They took set 3, 25-22.
I'm thinking Beeson's still your look.
Yeah, got to get it over first. When these teams met last month at Gas South Arena, they combined on a 30-28 first set. And they'll be topping that here in the fourth. Bacchini to serve. Teeler.
Nice.
Nicely done. Just hatchet it through.
You saw Hilly coming forward, reversing it back to Teeler. Teeler knows the middle. Vincini's playing left back. Got the redirect line to get it to drop on the defender.
Yet another set point. Ozani Teeler puts it in. Not a great first ball. Beeson cross court, the dig, and that'll get the job done.
Beeson found her open court. The only bad news for Vibe that she's going back to serve. That deep court shot's been looking even out of system. Beeson knows where open court is.
Not at the 31. This is Pro Volleyball Federation at its finest, and the ace by Beeson delivers another match point for the Vibe.
Such a huge serve right there. As you look across the net, you have a front row setter. That means Teeler's in the back row. De Beer's your front row option. I think Beeson put a good one on. You go on De Beer on the block.
De Beer tries to smack it down the line, misses the line, and the Vibe 33-31 in the fourth. Just missing. And the Vibe grind their way to the victory over the Ignite.
Impressive team performance overall by both teams. Going strong, stepping up when Member Mena went down. Martin in the middle, aggressive, so strong. But it was Vibe players knowing their role, knowing how to step up, and staying together. When Indy started putting on the pressure, Vibe finished it out.
Keita, this was a 4-set fight. And right with that win, the Vibe moved within a half game of Indy for third place in the Pro Volleyball Federation. In a 4-set that concludes 33-31, Atlanta takes it 3-1. For Keita Evelyn, our entire crew, Andy Demetra saying so long from Atlanta. Thanks for watching this presentation of the Pro Volleyball Federation.